Hi, welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I have a very special episode. We're coming out on Sunday. I know a video on Earthrise Double Dealer just came out yesterday, but I want to do another video because I just got some new toys, as we can see in front of us. We have Transformers Generations, War for Cybertron, Earthrise Conehead Seeker 2-pack. We've got Dirge and Ramjet in front of us. But I also wanted to give a huge shout out to anyone who follows the channel, who watches the show, and who has contributed to my Extra Life campaign. This week we just hit $2,000 raised. That was my original goal for this year based on almost hitting $2K raised for Cincinnati Children's Hospital last year. If you want to check out more information about my Extra Life campaign, win some Transformers toys and prizes by donating to help sick kids, there is a link in the bottom of the video, the description. In addition to that, I guess I will be doing a giveaway, so check out that you don't have to donate to win. So check out this video and all the details that come out at the end of it for how to get in on that. But first, we're going to look at these boys. We've got two of the Coneheads here. We got Dirge and Ramjet before we got Thrust. And in fact, this is actually my first time handling the Earthrise Seeker mold. I had not picked up Starscream yet. I was waiting for maybe an obscure repaint. And now that I've picked these guys up, of course we got it. So I bought these two, and then it turns out that Ramjet here is getting repainted as G2 Sandstorm coming out in December, which looks awesome. But to whet my appetite for the Seeker mold, I figured I'd pick these up at least to get a look at them. I wasn't sure if I'd keep them. I was thinking maybe I'd keep Ramjet, but we'll see how it goes at the end of the video. So, right now we do have our Seekers in our classic Seeker mold. This is obviously a remolded F-15. We've got some different wing shapes for Dirge and for Ramjet. Dirge, you know, very G1 looking. He's got no fins on the back. He's got these, you know, two sets of wings. The one complaint I have for Dirge, and you'll see it's really only an issue in light of how Ramjet works, there is this gap in between his little front delta wings and his fuselage. There we go. That might be, yeah, there we go. We can see that on camera. So that's unfortunate. I don't know why that's there. You'd think that they'd be able to get the molding to fit that slope very carefully, especially because Ramjet's, his wings actually do fit. They fit, you know, they fit against his fuselage very, very snugly. But both of them look really good. I mean, just very classic G1. We've got Decepticon stickers, or tampos. We've got nice painted. It looks like some of the grooves and greeble are picked out in almost like a paint wash. I don't know if that's the case or if that's just my eyes playing a trick on me, but it definitely looks like there's some darker paint in there to help accentuate those greebles, which looks really, really nice. I like the black paint up here on the blue plastic. We've got underneath, you know, a little bit of robot mode, but nothing major. Other than that, you know, just looking very, very nice and very, very G1-esque. Same thing with the Ramjet here. Again, a little bit of black paint. Ramjet, unfortunately, his white plastic, I have gotten a little bit of paint transfer, it looks like, on two sections. But I really love Ramjet's colors. The white and the black and the red look awesome. I actually, so you may know from my collection that I normally have one version of a character on my shelf. So my Dirge and Ramjet. My Dirge is actually a Cybertron mold, which, you know, looks nothing like the classic Dirge. But I really like this mold, and I liked the opportunity to pick it up in non-Starscream colors. So we can see, you know, classic, like, G1 Dirge, I think he matches this blue better, this darker blue. But despite my Dirge not even being a Conehead, like, I wasn't very tempted to replace him with this guy. The other one I have is Universe Ramjet here, which is almost nothing to do with G1 Ramjet, not even the same color scheme really. It's entirely new character. So when I picked up this 2-pack, what I was thinking was I would keep both of them, pretend this is a different character, you know, repurpose it as a different character, because Universe Ramjet has really nothing to do with G1 Ramjet. and then keep this Ramjet because I like this color scheme and I like having it. So my Conehead Seekers would end up being these two boys and the old I-Gear Masterpiece Thrust, which I know obviously not the same size class, but I'm the weirdo that I don't want my Coneheads or my Seekers to be the same mold. So like in my mind, this is what my collection was going to look like. But now that we know that we're getting a repaint of Ramjet as Generation 2 Sandstorm, I'm not that tempted to keep in my collection. I want one version of this mold, and Sandstorm's going to be it, I think. So no matter how good these toys end up being, I'm going to end up, you know, giving them away to make room on my shelf. And yeah, they look really good. I like, you know, here's the Siege mold I have as Red Wing. I like how different they look in vehicle mode. It's, you know, it's surprising that they're both the same size class. They do feel very different. I mean, they're significantly longer than the Siege figures. Let's move. There we go. They're significantly longer than the Siege Seekers, but they are also sleeker. And yeah, I am impressed. I've never held the Classics Deluxe Seeker mold, so I know these are essentially an upscale of that, but since I haven't really held that toy, I've been pretty happy with this mold. Alright, let's get into transformation. We'll do one. We're not going to do both because the transformation is essentially the same. First thing we're going to do is take off our null rays, come in at the bottom here, lift up our shins, and separate these pieces of the wings here, lifting. There's a hinge in the fuselage that lifts and separates from the body. That gives us only these tabs connecting the legs to the body, which lets us extend things out. There are tabs at the knees that the shins can connect to. No problem. We can collapse up the wings to sleek out his profile, flip open the toe and the heel, spread the legs, and that's the legs done. Then we can come up top. This top section of his shoulders is tabbed into the front section of his chest at a connection point on each side, but all you really got to do is flex his shoulder pylons and the whole assembly comes down. Once it's open and down, you can flip out the arms, which lets you bring in his nose cone. You can bring it down like so. It swivels on a peg 180, which then collapses up, and you can open up the nose cone to reveal that Conehead head. Next, we come in on the arms, and we are going to just accordion them out. They separate right here, which opens up, and then you can see the joint, and you just pull that joint out. There's a tab you need to untab back there. It's interesting that it reforms and like fills out an elbow joint. I kind of like that bit of transformation. I'm not sure if the original toy did that. Same thing on this side. Open that end, stretch it out, collapse the pin into this concave piece, close it up, and now that we have the two arms out to the side, we can close up his chest, and you have tabs again that you want to make sure click properly. And that's the transformation. So we'll put his null rays on each side. And we'll do Dirge real quick. All right, and here are two of the Coneheads in front of us. And again, that classic Seeker profile, the only thing that the Coneheads do differently is they don't have the wings on the back, they've got them on their legs, and then obviously they're Coneheads. But yeah, I mean, look at them. They look great together. And you know what I notice when I see them together? Like comparing them to a Siege figure, like it's the lack of battle damage that makes them stand out and look nice. I don't like this battle damage stuff. I did not need at all. And now that I see like a clean version of essentially, right, this very similar body type, not the same mold, but very similar body type, like this scuffing and stuff just like, it does nothing for me. So I'm very glad that the Earthrise Seekers are clean. And yeah, in terms of articulation, as far as I know, this is similar to the Classics mold. We've got a little ball jointed head. We do have some nice molded heads. We've got different expressions on each one. So we've got like Ramjet looking angry and Dirge looking even more angry. We've got some gold picked out on their pylons. We've got 360 shoulders, 90 degrees in and out on the shoulder, we do have a slightly more than 90-degree elbow bend. We don't have any sort of wrist swivel, but if you're using a sword, you could kind of get some additional articulation out of that wrist joint. Nothing in the waist because of transformation, which is a bummer. This hip skirt can move up and down to get those legs out of the way. Legs can go up 90, they can go back a little bit, but they're impeded by the back of the plane. The knee can go more than 90, which is nice, and since they are War for Cybertron figures, we do have ankle tilt, which is looking pretty nice. So you can get your, your Coneheads once you get all your Seekers. You can get them in I think, some pretty dynamic looking action poses, and I'm pretty happy with them. I'll tell you what, these guys make me very excited for the G2 Sandstorm. I can't wait to own this mold in those colors. I like the colors and the designs that we've gotten here, but they've also kind of helped illustrate to me that I don't care about the Coneheads that much. Like, I am fine with this being my Dirge. I would be super excited if Make Toys announced a Galaxy Meteor that was Dirge colored. I don't think they have. I think they, what have we gotten so far? We've gotten Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. I'll have to go check. But like, I like this design. It's doing something new. It's got the sword gimmick. This one is fine. The Conehead itself looks dumb to me. And I think these guys will make some G1 fans very, very happy. But for me, I'm fine waiting for that obscure repaint like G2 Sandstorm. So, to celebrate, like I said earlier, to celebrate all the support for my Extra Life campaign, you guys have already helped me raise $2,000. There's more prizes and more giveaways and everything that I'm giving away. I've increased my goal this year to $3,000. I'm hoping to hit that before our 24-hour stream November 7th. To celebrate that, I'm going to be giving these guys away. And you don't have to donate to the campaign to be entered to win, but it's appreciated. All you got to do is enter a comment in the bottom of this video saying, hey, I want those Conehead 2-pack. And I think I'm going to give them away as a 2-pack. I was tempted to like have 2 winners and have one of them go to each, but since it's available as a 2-pack, I don't want to make someone have to go hunt down the other one. Like, I feel like that would be a dick move on my part. So I'm not going to do that. I am going to ask that you leave a comment below. Just say, hey, I would like to be entered in the giveaway. And then next Sunday, I'll have a different video. And in that video, I'll announce the winner. If you subscribe to check out my other Transformers videos and Transformers CCG videos, that would be awesome also. And then you can, find out the winner that way. Follow me on Twitter, all the different social media. There's a link in the about page to our Twitter account, Discord, Facebook, all that stuff. I do a ton of giveaways. Very often I find myself buying figures because I can and enjoying them like I have now, taking a look at them like I have now, and then saying, you know what, they don't go on my shelf, let's give them to a good home. So that's what's happening with these guys. If you're curious, because someone asked me on Twitter, I do have the original packaging. We'll move this out of the way. I've blocked off the important information because Amazon, of course, sent the box just like this. So it is a little beat up, but I've got all the bits and goodies in here. So you still get your instructions. You still get your map piece. I'll basically just take the figures, put them in the box. I will put this box in another box. I haven't taken this label off yet because I've tried and I'm really afraid of just messing up the box art. So I figure let someone else do that if they want to try and preserve that. And I'll put Ramjet and I'll put Dirge back in the box, and then I'll ship him out to a winner. And again, all you have to do to sign up is let me know in a comment below, hey, I'd like to win. I appreciate all the subs, I appreciate all the likes, I appreciate all the Extra Life campaign support, and I'll catch you all later. See ya!